I'd like to bring the Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 Township of Hamilton Committee meeting to order. Please rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law by posting a notice of this meeting on the bulletin board in the municipal building and by transmitting notice of this meeting to the Press of Atlantic City, the Star Ledger, and the Atlantic County Record on January the 6th, 2026. Mr. Aiken.
Here.
Mr. Cheek.
Here.
Ms. Thompson.
Here.
Dr. Witherspoon.
Here.
Mayor Patali.
Here. We have a moment of silence for private reflection. Thank you. Okay, we have a couple of proclamations. I'm going to start with retirement of Detective Leo Rudolph. Come on.
Couple times I jumped the gun on things and hit me in the ass.
Oh, okay. Whereas Leo Rudolph has been a resident of Mays Landing for 38 years. He received a BA in Liberal Arts from Rider University and was hired by the Township of Hamilton Police Department in August of 2002. Whereas Leo Rudolph was assigned to various units over his 23 plus years, including patrol officer, master police officer, and detective. Whereas Leo Rudolph received specialized training in areas including field training officer, criminal investigations, Alcatraz operator, methods of instruction, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation crisis negotiator training. Whereas Leo Rudolph was the recipient of multiple awards throughout his career, including Exceptional Service Awards, the NJPBA Valor Award, and the PBA Local Valor Award. In 2008, he was a recipient of the Medal of Honor, which is the highest award an officer can receive. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the Township Committee of the Township of Hamilton, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, on this day, January 21st, 2026, do hereby recognize Leo Rudolph in honor of his devotion to the residents, Township of Hamilton. We take this opportunity to express our heartfelt appreciation for a job well done, and we hereby offer Detective Rudolph our congratulations on his retirement and our best wishes for him for continued success, happiness, and good health in the years to come.
It's been a while, right? Thank you so much. Yeah, for 23 years, it was trying to keep it alive. That's why I got this.
Okay. We have some proclamations for HPC. First one is 124 Lenape Avenue. Come on down. How are you? 124 Lenape Avenue, formerly known as 326 Mill Street, is a two-story, two-bay deep frame dwelling built around 1870 with Greek Revival and Queen Anne influences. Character-defining elements of the house include its massing, which means its general shape and form, gable end returns, wood sash windows with wood surrounds, and molded lintels. It has been kept very close to its original form due to the attention of Ms. Venezia, and is a fine example of a historic home in the district. Thank you, and I'd like to present this plaque to you. Thank you very much. And then we have 5045 Mays Landing, Summers Point Road. No. Come on down. 5045 Mays Landing, Summers Point Road has been an iconic presence in Mays Landing. In the historic survey is referred to as the Treen Abbott House, gravelly run country store. This house appears to be a Gothic house and actually dates from the late 18th or early 19th century, circa 1800. The facade is 5 bays wide with 6/6 windows. An arch-top window is in the center of the cross gable. A leaded glass transom tops the door. There is now a 2-story porch with gingerbread trim across the south side of the house and a bay window extending from the north side. The house continues to be preserved with attention to detail, and the HPC thanks Mr. Morris. I'd like to present this plaque in recognition for his commitment. All right, guest presentations. We have an update by the HTMUA. Dan Loveland, the Executive Director.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Dan Loveland, the Executive Director of the Hamilton Township MUA. Joined the MUA in June of 2024. I grew up here in Mays Landing, moved out of the area because of work for a long time. Happy to be back in the area and part of the community again. Want to cover 3 areas this afternoon, go through them pretty quickly. First, the focus areas for the MUA, our response to the boil water advisory that happened last August, and then where we're at from a rate perspective. If I can get this thing to go. There we go. So first, why we have the focus areas that we have. With any organization, you want to start out by taking stock of what's working well for you and where you have opportunities to improve. So we went through what's called a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And what you see listed up here, really our strengths are in our organization, right? We have a dedicated workforce. We have a supportive board. The folks that were in my chair before me did a good job of keeping the debt low and managing it well, so our debt expires between 2031 and 2034. And we have some of the lowest rates in the area. I think the 3rd lowest in South Jersey. One of our strong goals is to keep those rates low while maintaining quality service and being responsive to our customers. From an opportunity perspective, we have low interest financing in place today. We also have the ability to go for low interest financing as we navigate some of the challenges ahead of us. We have spent the last 18 months working on and improving and then implementing a 10-year capital plan. We do have an asset management software system that we're not utilizing to its fullest capability, and we're working. We actually just started a young man about 3 weeks ago for a 1-year position, a recent graduate. He's a Mays Landing resident. He's jumped right in on both feet on that. From a risk perspective, like any organization, particularly in utilities, there's a gap in hiring. So we have an aged workforce with a lot of skills, and then we have a very young workforce, and that transition is something we have to navigate. One of the biggest risks that we have is the regulatory requirement for removal of lead and galvanized services, and then dealing with PFAS or forever chemicals. The challenge for us, our typical capital spends about $1.5 million a year. It's about a $17.5 million add to our capital plan, and has to be done by 2031. So that, from a rate perspective, managing what we want to do for rates for our customers, it is really what we've been focused on for the last 18 months, getting through that hurdle without impacting rates greatly. And then, of course, cybersecurity. Any critical infrastructure system that you have, cybersecurity has to be top of mind all the time. For improvements, one of the standouts for us is the age of our mains, both water and sewer. We're fortunate to have technology to be able to line the sewer, but on the water main front, the challenge is there's really no way to in place, improve them. You have to replace them. We, in addition to the lead and galvanized, we have about 17,000 lineal feet of mains that are pre-1950 on our system. And I brought with me a little show and tell piece. So this is from the River Road main replacement. This is a pipe a section of a pipe we just replaced, put in 1906. So this thing, 23 years of a career is impressive. This thing's been serving our customers for over 120 years. And it was still holding up pretty well, but we had a lead and galvanized issue to deal with, and there were some other concerns. So that brings us to what our action plan is. Again, talked about the 10-year capital plan, the challenge of having really a tenfold investment to make in addition to maintaining our system over the next few years. What we've done is we've gone through the 10-year capital plan. We've come up with a plan to effectively retire our existing debt by 2028. And so I'll talk a little bit about a rate increase that we just put in place and why we did that. When I say effectively, as I mentioned earlier, we have a low interest now. So what we're doing is we're gathering cash now to cover those future payments, but not being foolish enough to give up that low interest rate, so we're going to make money. Part of what our 10-year capital plan is to leverage that interest difference. Organizational development, we've brought in summer interns over the last summer, and then we have the provisional employee, one-year employee for this year. We also engaged a licensed operator consultant. We're a small organization. The licensed operator is a critical position for us. We found WRM Resources as a viable alternative and a backup for us, and actually we're engaging them now as we navigate some organizational issues. And then succession planning and system documentation has to be in place to deal with the gap in our workforce. From an employee engagement standpoint, I just want to point out one thing, and then I won't hold up much more on this slide. The alternative benefits plan, I know the Township of Hamilton went through the same thing. So we all went through a scramble last October to try to get a viable benefits plan. Our rate increase was going to be about 36%. So the impact on the employees was probably bigger than the impact on the organization. We would have lost some folks. And so looking at this year, that's going to be another focus area for us. And one of the things that we'll work closely with the Township, with the county as well, to see if there's alternatives that we can come up with to get ahead of what's going to happen in 2027. And the sprint for that, I think Brett and his team had to navigate it as well. We didn't really find out the details until the beginning of October, and we had to have everybody signed up by the end of October. Moving on to projects. So on this slide, the recently completed projects, 3 of those 7 projects are tied to that regulatory challenge, and they're just the start of the $17.5 million we have to invest. As we move forward into the upcoming projects, it becomes even more pronounced. So in 2026, 2 of the 5 large projects that we're going to undertake are tied to that regulatory challenge. We also have the SCADA system upgrade that's tied to the boil water advisory. And then in 2027, we had to shrink the number of projects. It's really 2 or 3 that are tied to that regulatory challenge, the PFAS and the lead and galvanized pipe. Any questions at this point? Boil water update. So we performed what's called a root cause analysis. Boil water advisory was a tough situation for everybody involved, and we really appreciate the township support in every aspect of it. We know it was not easy for anybody that was involved in it. So we took that seriously. The root cause investigation, the goal of a root cause is to make sure that you don't repeat the event or anything similar. The root cause investigation, we went through the taproot approach, takes about a month to go through of us sitting down and walking through all the details. Out of it, we came forward with 14 corrective actions. At this point, we're about 60% implemented on those. The largest of those corrective actions is updating our SCADA system to current technology. It's a good SCADA system, but it's dated, and so it has its limitations. Any questions on boil water advisory? Okay. So finally, I'll cover our recent rate increase. We did get a few phone calls about this, not a ton. In January, we raised our rates more than we typically do. We typically see about a 2 to 3% rate increase per year to cover our operating costs. This year we were in that 7 to 8% range. It works out to be about a $4 per house per month rate increase. And as I said earlier, that was strategic to overcome that $17.5 million challenge for us for lead lines and PFAS removal. So what we've done by putting that rate increase in now and being able to effectively retire our debt early, we've avoided what would have been between a 20 and 30% rate increase if we had to put new debt on top of the existing debt, and then we would have ended up in 2032, 2033 timeframe with an awkward situation of having over-collected, but the impact would have been pretty hard on our customers. Our rates do remain among the lowest in New Jersey. If you look at the average water utility bill in New Jersey is about $82 a month, and we're still starting at $16.50 a month, so we're doing pretty good by our customers from a rate perspective, and we are roughly a third of the cost of the regulated utilities in our area. So that's all I had. Any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
You probably went over it, maybe I didn't understand it. What is the process for contacting the residents in the event of another boil water
that's a great
situation?
Great question, Thelma. And so we did spend a lot of time walking through that, and we've talked to the township as well. So we've put in place, we have the capability for robocalls out of our system. We had gone to a different system, and that was really a text-based system, but that required updates from all of our customers, and we didn't have them in place. So we're going to leverage the robocall as well as the system that the township has in place moving forward. And so we've updated our emergency response plan to make sure that those are the deliberate steps that we take. We've also, in order to make sure that there's a clear understanding, our emergency response plan now is going to be updated every year in November, and then we're going to drill a particular event, a potential event, every March, so that our folks are not just updating the plan, but we're actually enacting the plan. And so we'll be engaging the township through those drills to make sure that the coordination pieces are understood. We'll be very deliberate on making sure we say this is a drill every time we make a phone call so nobody gets confused.
And that's for people who pay for water, right? What about the people who don't pay for water?
So help me understand.
Like the homeowners and people like that who already pay for it, they're on a robocall. Is everybody in the township on a robocall, or is it just certain people?
So the robocall system gets to our customer base.
Right.
Are you talking about folks outside the territory?
Outside.
The folks that are on well systems and such?
Well, no, because wells don't. They don't need that because they got well water.
Right.
But I mean, people who may live in
Like in the woodlands, the apartment buildings? Yeah, and so we've updated that critical contact list is one of the things that needed to be updated in our emergency response plan as well. And we've updated that critical contact list. So we have somebody we call directly to make sure that they're reaching out to their folks. We'll use the woodlands as an example. So we know who to call at the woodlands to make sure that their management company is aware and that they're reaching out to their folks. But we would have no way of tracking all their individual renters because our system wouldn't be able to track it. So we have to rely on them to communicate forward for us, but we did update, and Haley in our office has reached out and verified all those contacts for us in the emergency response plan.
Thank you.
Other questions?
Are we going to start with the training exercise this March, or
Yes.
that'll be next year? Okay.
Yes, we will be going through, and actually, loss of SCADA is going to be our first drill, because you think about what our system is and how reliant we've become on technology we all have. And so we started talking about, well, what does it really mean if you lose the SCADA system? And believe it or not, so the Verizon outage the other day was kind of a, our SCADA system utilizes cellular technology. We were able to communicate with it, but I had to get through to Andy using Facebook to call him because I couldn't get through on the cell phone. So yeah, that's going to be the drill that we do in March to make sure that we're clear on it.
Very good.
You said that you had some specific jobs that still need to be filled. Is that correct?
No, so actually, one of the things, I didn't cover it in detail, one of the things that we did from an employee engagement perspective, we knew that our folks were on the low end of compensation. And we went through, we used an Association of Environmental Authorities salary survey to help us get to the right salaries for our folks. And we also leveraged that to get to the right level for our union contracts. And so we think we negotiated a fair deal for the union and for us. And for the first time in a number of years, we're fully staffed in our field forces as well as in the office.
Okay. And then you said this, did you say 17 miles?
17,000 lineal feet.
17,000 miles.
17,000 lineal feet, not miles. Yeah,
okay.
3.5 miles. That's
I thought you
a
said
big difference.
miles.
No.
Linear.
No, we're not that big of a utility. Maybe we'll grow. If we pick up all of Laureldale, maybe, and Mizpah, but
So linear, am I saying it right?
lineal feet, yeah. So, yeah, straight line feet. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's, the cost to replace those lines is very expensive. And that's just the pre-1950 stuff. The other challenge we have is some of the stuff that was built between 1950 and 1985 has reliability concerns for us just because of the type of material that was used at that time. So we're navigating. That's why the 10-year focus is so big for us. If we're too short with our view, we'll get into trouble. As you can see, just with what would have been up against from a meeting the regulatory compliance date, trying to get into 20-30% rate increases.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
I have a question with the lead and the galvanized piping that has to be replaced. Is there grants and subsidies to do that as well?
Yeah, so grants, not so much, although Jenny Ayers is going to reach out on our behalf to Congressman Van Drew and see if there's anything. He just recently had a grant that he got for a municipality on the other side of the state. So we're gonna leverage that. But what we have done is in 2026, we're beginning the engineering for the lines that need to be replaced under that program, because that's a high priority for 2027, what they call principal forgiveness. And the first step in that process is you have to have the engineering done and be able to go to the state for that principal forgiveness loan. So if that happens, that's effectively a grant, but there's a process to get through that. We have started that. We just authorized the engineering in, I think it was either January or December. And so Policy and Associates is getting started on that engineering for us.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Anything else? Very good.
Thank
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Okay, addition, deletion of late agenda items. I have additions. 8D, resolution appointing Sue Hopkins as the Class A member of the Historic Preservation Commission for a 4-year term expiring 12/31/29. And deletions, 12B, executive session, police department staffing, personnel.
So moved.
I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. Early public comment.
Mayor, if I may, I was
Oh,
advised
sure.
by the administrator, we do have one additional deletion on the executive session. It's 12A, the Teamsters contract negotiation.
Okay. So, we're going to delete executive session Teamsters contract negotiations. I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. All right. Thanks, Brett. Good job. Early public comment, anybody signed up? We have no one signed up. Discussions, we have no discussions. Public hearing, adoption of ordinances. Ordinance 2126-2026, an ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank in accordance with NJSA 4-45:14. This is a public hearing. Anybody from the public wish to speak? Come on down.
I disagree with the budget being exceeded.
Excuse me?
I disagree with the budget being exceeded. Because, you know how
I don't want it to exceed either, Jen, but it's probably going to happen.
You know how I am.
Yes, I do.
I believe in lower taxes and a smaller government.
Totally understand.
So how much will
All this is doing is giving us the permission to exceed what the budget cap is. That's all this does. It's not saying that we're definitely going to do that. It's giving us the ability to do that. That's all.
what does it affect my property taxes?
I have no idea. It's given us the ability to exceed the budget cap. So we don't know.
Okay.
If we don't do this, then we're tied to 2.5%. Correct?
Yeah, so we could exceed the cap if we have an emergency,
Right.
for fuel, insurances, things like that.
Is it still 2%?
Yes.
Because we got a new governor now.
Anybody else from the public?
Motion to close?
Second. I have a motion, a second. All those in favor? Aye. Against? Ayes have it. What's our pleasure?
Motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments? Rita, can I get a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patel?
Yes.
All yes and adopted.
4B, public hearing, ordinance 2127-2026, an ordinance authorizing a ground lease between Hamilton Township and HIP Renewal LLC for Block 994, Lot 57. This is a public hearing. Anybody from the public wish to speak?
Motion to close?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it.
I'll make the motion.
I have a motion.
Second?
I have a second. Any comments, questions?
Just one quick question. And I've probably seen it because I'm looking at the original lease. How long is this lease for? 2 years. Okay, that's it.
Anybody else? Rita, can I get a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Aiken?
Renee, you have to come up to the mic.
No. Out of order.
Since this property will now become taxable based on this lease, am I correct? Anybody know that? Will become taxable line item? Who's paying the taxes? Because as the tax collector, that's my concern. We're going to put
Brett,
that
can you
on
answer
as an
that?
added assessment. I
Yes.
didn't know who's paying it.
It
Are we
will
paying
become
ourselves?
taxable.
Yes, it will become taxable.
I know, but who's paying the taxes? Township is going to pay the township?
Redeveloper. It would be, if renewal, would pay the taxes.
I don't know, that's my question. Am I mailing the tax bill to? Because we're not taking it out of our name, so how do I know who I'm mailing that bill to? I just want to make sure it gets paid.
I would say it
I
would
can
be
tell you
HIP renewal.
I mean, does the lease say they are to pay the taxes, whatever they are when they
Yes, it
form the
does.
rules?
It does.
Okay.
The lease does
Because it
have
will
that.
be on it out of assessment for the portion that it's leased. So there will be a tax bill. So I just have to know, because we're not taking it out of our name. So I just need to know where I'm sending that bill to. And maybe, so you'll get me
We'll
that
figure it out.
information.
The property will become taxable.
Yes.
Talk about where the bill's going to go.
Yeah, because we're not going to pay ourselves, so I just have to know where to mail it. 'Cause my concern obviously is to make sure it gets paid, so.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Chief?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and adopted.
Introduction of ordinances, we have none. Award of bids, contracts, we have none. Consent agenda. I want to pull 7F.
7F.
Correct.
I'll motion 7A through E and 7G through I.
So,
Second.
okay, so, right, I got it.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Didn't you second?
I did.
Did you second it? I'm sorry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. So 7F, resolution establishing rules of order and conduct for township committee meetings. We had our solicitor go over this. This was an ordinance that was already in place. Went over it. And what it basically does, we adopt Robert's Rules of Orders. And I'm just going to go over regulations of participation at township committee meeting. Upon recognition of a speaker by the chair, the person wishing to speak during public comment portion of township meetings must state their name and municipality of residence for the record. All persons recognized by the chair must engage in respectful and orderly discourse. In the event of disrespectful, vulgar, or inflammatory discourse, the chair may exercise discretion and terminate the person's right to speak. All statements to the township committee or the administration must be addressed through the chair. Members of the public shall be given up to 5 minutes to address an issue during the public comment section of the meeting and shall not be entitled to borrow or give or otherwise allocate their time to others at the discretion of the chair and subject to the consent by the majority of committee at a given meeting. This time allocation may be relaxed and extended, which relaxation, extension, or suspension shall not constitute a binding precedent for other speakers on other issues. The limitations imposed herein relate solely to the public comment portion of the meeting and are not intended to apply to the regular business meeting. Early public comment, all rules from section B above apply. So basically what we're saying is we're going to follow this, 5 minutes public comment. We will have a timer, correct?
We do have one.
And I also suggest when we have our agenda, have these rules attached to our agenda or whatever's up. We leave some up there, correct?
We can post it also.
Or we can post it up on the.
It's already back there from the last time. These are the
Okay.
same rules. It's all the same rules. Attaching it to the agenda would be difficult
Okay. But as long as
because you
it's
see
posted
how
up
long
there.
it is. But we can think of something else.
Mayor, because an updated resolution will also be available
On our website.
An updated resolution. I would make a suggestion also, because of this resolution, every year, annually, so people will now find it, potentially in the word as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so I know that the Board of Education did something like this, like I mentioned the last time. they actually have a little blurb in their agenda, not the full-blown Robert's Rules, all this information, just a little blurb, in the agenda that, speaks to this, so I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know if there's something consolidated we could put on the agenda, just.
Mayor, if you would like, I can draft something that's very short but concise. It gives the kind of advisal that we put to the agenda, particularly at the top
Just
of that. I have seen that as well in other municipalities and county levels as well, so I could draft something for next week.
Okay. Very good.
I have a question. Mayor, B, it says, upon recognition of a speaker by the chair, the person wishing to speak during the public comment portion of township meetings must state their name and municipality of residence for the record. Are we going to open it up for people outside?
We already do, correct?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody. Any other questions? Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. Thank you. Next, we have personnel. Resolution appointing Robert Watkins as floodplain administrator for the year 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Do I need a roll call for this? Roll call, please.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Resolution rescinding Resolution 2026-0035, a resolution appointing Stevenson Malloy as an alternate 2 member of Hamilton Township Zoning Board of Adjustment.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Against?
No.
No?
You said rescinding it?
Yes. We have to rescind it because he can't be on two.
Oh, I didn't realize he was on 2.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Sorry about that. Didn't know that.
8C, Mayor's appointments to the Redevelopment Review Subcommittee for the year 2026. So that is our Township Administrator, our Community Development Director, Chief of Police or Designee, Zoning Board Chairman or Designee, Planning Board Chairman or Designee, Planning Board Planner, Redevelopment Attorney, our Tax Assessor, and 2 members of committee. And I'm going to appoint myself and Richard Cheek.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor's
We-
appointment.
Yeah, it's just
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
just the mayor's appointment, correct?
Yeah, just your appointments.
Okay.
Good.
8D, resolution appointing Sue Hopkins as Class A Historic Preservation Commission member for a 4-year term to expire 12/31/29.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
No.
4 yes, 1 no. Motion carries.
Approvals, minutes, reorganization, and regular minutes, meeting minutes of January 5th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Ayes have it. Bills, bill list total $9,262,661.63.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aiken?
Yes.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Patali?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Reports, Mr. Administrator.
I have nothing to add.
Mr. Solicitor,
Nothing to report this time, Mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Engineer.
Nothing to report this tonight,
I have a question for you, though.
and I'll be reporting. Go ahead.
The work that's getting done on Lake Drive,
Correct.
were residents supposed to be notified?
They probably don't have to be if it's not going to interrupt their service,
Okay.
which I would think that's the case. Obviously, I just found out
Yeah.
about it, and we'll be out there tomorrow morning, and the traffic control will be set up. I'm not sure if there's going to be one lane of traffic or they need to shut down that area, but we're going to make sure the signage is up and get people in and out, and school buses as well. That's all I can tell you as of
Gotcha.
right now. But and then whatever restoration of the roadway, if there's multiple openings for that stretch, we'll have them mill and pave that entire stretch.
I like the sound of that. Okay. Township Committee members. Dr. Witherspoon.
Yes, I have a report. I attended, along with Committeewoman Thompson, the Atlantic County League of Municipalities meeting. They were talking about the traffic plan at the meeting, and hasn't really been any movement on Weymouth. And I saw that there was another accident, fatality, which my condolences to the family. But I think that needs to be looked at, and at some point, it's been some traffic for other areas, but there's really haven't been any action on that. So I would like to see that done, and I don't know who's responsible to make sure that that's looked at. That was one of the things. Also at that meeting, I was nominated as second vice president of the Atlantic County League of Municipalities. So that'll be voted on the next meeting, so I was excited about that. Because I feel like I'm representing the township. All right. Also on that Saturday, Bob's Furniture is no longer an outlet furniture place. And of course, me and Committeewoman Thompson went to that event. It was very nice. It was very, very nice. They had all of their VIPs and everybody down for the opening. It looks very nice on the inside. And I was glad to be a part of that opening. And then we went to the boxing event. I didn't know that we had I knew we had a lot going on, but I didn't know about the boxing event. I knew that I thought they just practiced. But to see those kids doing bouts, it was very, very exciting. It was a nice crowd, and they're doing an excellent job. And it was people from all over the state that came to participate in the bouts. You really have to see this. And the township was presented with a belt. I don't know if Committeewoman Thompson brought it today.
He's coming with it he's coming in. He should be coming in any minute.
Okay. Originally, he gave us the belt, and it's a beautiful belt. Committeewoman Thompson was able to get inside the rink. Not that I couldn't. I had on a skirt, so I was not going to lift my leg up and to be embarrassed. Because I would have had to lift it up in order, to get it in. I just couldn't do that. But anyway, it was a very, very nice event, and just to have something of that nature in Hamilton Township talks about the diversity of sports that we have. I know about the football, the hockey, the basketball, the soccer, everything else. But to have the boxing was a really good thing, because those kids they really work hard with them. And with the discipline, and boy, they was hitting them, and I was going, oh! Oh, my goodness, I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. But it was a very good event. And last but not least, I did attend the inauguration of our 57th governor, Mikey Sherrill, on yesterday. And it was a very nice event. And again, somebody wrote on my Facebook page, thank you for representing the township. So as far as I'm concerned, I was representing Hamilton Township by being there on that particular day. So it was a wonderful event, and that's my report.
Very good, thank you. Mr. Aiken.
Okay, so I got a couple shout outs. First, I want to shout out to Brett. I called him today with a couple questions and concerns on the agenda, and he got back to me with the information I needed. You know, he's very quick. I don't know because if I'm the newbie, he's trying to. So, but thank you very much. Second is shout out again to the tax collecting office. Nice report. 99 over 99. I look at that and I'm like, I don't know nothing about collecting taxes. I just know about paying them. So that's awesome over there. That's good stuff.
Don't pay them and you'll.
Well, I know. I know. So over the past 2 weeks, I attended 3 meetings. I jumped in on the zoning board, which was a hot one. I wanted to meet and introduce myself to all the members, so I stayed till the end and did that. And I give the zoning board credit. It's a hard job. You make decisions just like up here and other boards. Not everybody's gonna like the decision you make. You gotta agree to disagree. You move on. And that's all you can do. So I do give them credit. They had this room was filled and they had they had to go through some stuff to make a decision they had to. So my second meeting was a little easier. It was a MUA meeting. I think it was maybe 20 minutes. I got there a little late, but it ran smooth. I got to meet, the board and the director, and introduce myself again. And the last meeting was last night, and it was a sustainability. Yeah. And that was a great bunch of people. Great ideas. There's actually things, that I should have been, doing long ago with the recycle and, the plastics. I do recycle, but the bags and stuff, they make the Trex. It was, opened my eyes, and I we're all here today too. I walked in with this, and I was like, oh, maybe I should said this. Sorry. Just a little funny little joke. So, but no, they were a great bunch, and I'm happy I went to that, and I'll definitely attend that meeting again because, like I said, great bunch of people, and they opened my eyes to certain things that I didn't know about on recycle. And that's all.
Very good.
Thank you.
Deputy Mayor Cheat.
Thank you. I attended the zoning board as well, and it was a packed house with standing room only, and you have to commend everybody that works on the various boards. The last couple of weeks I did visit the landfill. That's moving forward, which is very nice to see that they're every day are doing their job. Then I went to the commissioner swearing meeting for our ex-mayor Shanker and saw him getting sworn in as Atlantic County Commissioner. That was very nice. And then recently I've had surgery and I've been very idle watching football for the weekend. And that's all I have.
Very good, thank you. Ms. Thompson.
Committee Woman Thompson.
Committee Woman Thompson.
I like my title. I'm happy to be a committee woman. So there was a lot going on since we last seen each other. I want to first acknowledge Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday for this month and remember what he stood for. We know that what the things that he stood for is to bring justice, love, and friendship. We must build strong communities that foster these things. As he eloquently stated, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. I also attended with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon the ribbon cutting at Bob's Furniture, and I'm going to put their new location on the record. It's 230 Consumer Square, because a lot of people don't know where they're at. So it's 230 Consumer Square over by like a Target. We also attended Aquaphor Boxing and Fitness Night. It was a show. And their address as well, because this is a local business is 5401 Harding Highway here in Mays Landing, and that was on January 17th. This event highlighted athletic discipline and community engagement through amateur combat sports. And Dr. Thelma Witherspoon, who definitely was not getting in the ring, she was very supportive of me getting in the ring, which I was excited to get in the ring. And they called us up to give the awards because it was a real tournament and it was beautiful. We gave it belts, and they also, the children that did not win their bout also got an award, so we were able to hang an award and present them with something. So none of the children that fought that night didn't go without any kind of award or acknowledgement. I thought that was beautiful. So another shout out I want to give out to the chief of police, because I called him on his day off, and I was so sorry, and he was able to tell me, I'm going to call you back. I'm going to look into an incident that was happening in my neighborhood, and I really appreciated him doing that. So I really wanted to give him that shout out. Brett always answers the calls, and he always gets back for me. He's good. He's very professional, and I've called him too last minute and asked him a couple questions. You know, not just concerning the agenda, but what's going on in the community. And he was very effective, and he definitely was very professional about getting back to me. And that's it.
Very good, thank you.
Well, before you go on, the owner of that boxing is here, and he wants to present a belt.
Yeah, when they was going to, I just told them when they said public comment.
Well, I was just saying, since you finished and talking about it, I was, do we
Can
have
you
to
come up
wait
now?
to vote?
Yeah, you come up now.
Okay, you can come up now.
Come on down and present the belt.
Good evening, everybody.
Good.
I'm standing here. My name is David Boating. I'm from Ghana, and I've been migrant here for past like almost 10 years. And finally, I find myself in Miss Landing, and I want to say God bless you all for the kind of how the Miss Landing Township welcomed me as a stranger, and say God bless America. America is a land of opportunity, and I find myself is opportunity for hardworking people, such like me, came with empty-handed, start from zero to get to top, and end of the day, I find myself with my first business, which of 4 years here in Miss Landing. That is amazing. Through your love, through your hard work, make me to be where I am. So last week, Saturday, I have a show in my facility that she mentioned it earlier on. That is normally I do show like this, my 14th show. People from Michigan, Florida, and many more come together for the show. And on my 4 years over here, that is, I have a beautiful belt here to present it to the city. Without you, I cannot be where I am for 4 years. The city of love, the city of unity. So I'm here today to present this beautiful belt to every one of you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Would you like us to come down and present the belt? Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
She can go down. Go ahead, go get it. No, you were there. I didn't make it
I mean,
there.
I was there too, but I thought the mayor must come down there and get the belt too.
Yes, please.
All right.
Nice. That's so nice.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
I got it.
Very good. Thank you.
So Brett said he's going to work on,
Brett can wear it.
Brett has told me that there is, I think we had, Brett, you could speak on this because you said there was some kind of built-in space.
So we'll put it out in our display case.
Out here in the
Right.
Rotunda. Very
So
good.
they're going to put it in the display case right here in the township, okay? So when you come back to more meetings, you and your family and friends can come back because the tournament was beautiful and it was not just a local tournament. He had people come from New York. He had people from other states that came and it was very professional. You know, he had how can I say, referees and people on each side. So I was really happy to see what he presented.
And I'm sure that we'll love to see the video once you get to put that together. so
Yes.
Everybody who wasn't there get a chance
We
to
are
see.
definitely going to have a video put together, and we'll definitely get that to you, and we'll have that on our Facebook pages and market it also for you. Okay? Thank you so much.
And just like to say, he started out over at the festival in a smaller building and built his business and was able to move over to the health park over there on Route 40. So great job with that. And congratulations, you guys are doing very, very well. So busy couple of weeks with planning board and zoning board, a lot of things going on in town. So big shout out to everybody who's on those boards, really appreciate it. I really don't have a whole lot to say. I will say, looks like we got another snowstorm that seemed to be coming on Sundays. So it puts a little bit of a strain on our public works guys, but they always do a good job. I got no phone calls in the last little event. So good job there. And I'd just like to say this one looks like it might be a little bit bigger. So please, if you can, park your vehicles off the road. Stay off the road. Let our guys get through, clean things up so they can do things safely and efficiently and move on from there. And if everybody could do that, that'd be great and help out our public works guys. And that's really all I have to say. Reagan, see you soon. Maddie, I miss you and I love you and I hope to see you soon. And we will go ahead and open it up to the public. Come on down.
Do you know how many inches of snow we're going to get?
How many? No idea.
They don't have an idea.
I'd say 0 to 50. No, I've no idea. They don't know.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks like we're going to get some snow, and it's going to be cold.
I heard at least 4 inches.
Yep. I hope it's that low. Yeah,
Hope that's all we get.
I hope so.
I'm ready for spring.
Ditto. Come on down.
Just wait and see if anybody else wanted to take a turn. Aline Dix.
From what town?
I'm not.
Where are you from?
And I'm not anonymous 620 for what's getting posted on Facebook, which is very, very seriously concerning. No heat in rooms in a Hess school. No more, not saying anything else. Today's an anniversary. Anybody know what it is? 50 years of Open Public Meetings Act. 50 years of discussing the public's business in the public with very limited things that are for executive session, like negotiations, litigation. I'll stop at that. This was one of the sessions I attended at the League. I think I did 4 sessions. One on alternate units, some new idea. Don't try to guess what it is because it's complicated. Budget and audit. I saw Nick there. DEP on water. and Open Public Meetings Act that I had to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. The biggest surprise at the Public Meetings Act lecture with these expert lawyers from around the state, one was from Parker McKay, I think his name was Gifford, but I'm not sure on that. So when you go to executive session, if you take somebody in that's not you and maybe not him and him, if you take somebody else in, it's no longer an executive session. Feel free to check it out, but that was a big surprise to me. That was the big surprise. Not a big surprise, but it's something we need to know so it doesn't happen and then you're forced to publicize. You get my point. Carl, what's going on Lake Drive?
Gas line,
The renewal?
replacing, yeah.
Okay. Because I see trucks going by and I see dump truck go by full of sand going down Park Road and it didn't have a cover on it.
Yeah, that wasn't for that, they haven't even started.
All right. That's all. I just wanted to comment on because when I attended that school board meeting 50 years ago, oh, they were squirming in their seats. They didn't want to talk about what they didn't want to talk about in public, and now they had to. I'll never forget it, obviously, but it was crazy. So now you know. But Ken, you might want to find out. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Motion close.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion to close the meeting? You made it? Sure, I'll make the motion.
There you go, second.
Motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against?